Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman with the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network, and I am going to try something I haven't done yet, and that is to learn the super advanced stealing mechanism. Boy, is that long. And I think what I'll do is I'll make some coffee and go ahead. I also have a little something to eat here, so please bear with me while I also eat that. And I'm going to go through this very, very slowly. So please don't make fun or anything. Doing the best I can. Oh. All right, the coffee is brewing, and I will be just eating a little something here, and then we'll get ready to go. Shouldn't be too hard, huh? I remember I attempted this some time ago, and like Road Scholar said, it was daunting. But it's worth another crack. I should be ready to go in about 5 minutes, 7 minutes at the most. Oh. And feel free to provide your input. Here are a couple. Lord, look at him. Look at that stealing, what that's about. A couple pitcher. And I guess I'll get somebody else. I'll go with Lou Johnson. I'll go with Lou Johnson. I also plan to finish the Kansas City, California game. Later. Here's the coffee. Oh, excuse me. Let's take a look. For the ultimate in strategy and realism, we recommend the supplementary stealing system. In this system, each base runner is rated for the frequency with which he runs. I guess that means the ability to get a good lead, and his success rate. He will be working against both the catcher's arm and the pitcher's ability to hold runners to the base. Ignore the base runner's letter grade stealing rating. Instead, use the numeric rating found on the advanced side of the batter's card after the letter grading, as in Lou Johnson. I'll tell you this, though, I think the letter rating does help at least give me a sense quickly as to how good they are, a stealer. But I understand it does not address their results. And this is a sample here. He does not have, he just has a dash there after the whatever that's called. The backward slash. Let's go on here. Up here, you can't read this, God. That's a shame. But well, I guess this section here you're going to have trouble reading. I'm going to read it out loud anyway. The numbers preceding the slash are the range when the two colored dice are rolled, indicating when the runner will establish his good lead. Oh, well, and I'm not sure if that's on a regular play. The numbers immediately after the slash are the range, indicating when the runner will be automatically out stealing. Better base stealers have no numeric outs. I think that's the case of Lou Johnson. You'll see a hyphen instead of a number range, okay? And I'm just gonna set this up here. As a way for me, this right here, for me to sort of create a chart on it. So again, the numbers preceding the shares are the range when the two colored dice are rolled, indicating when the runner will establish his good lead. Lord. But I'm not sure yet. I guess I have to read on what order this goes in. Do you roll for the batter or what? But after the slash or the range, indicating when the runner will be automatically out stealing. He has none. Let me pull another player card out. God. Like Roger Repose. Looks like 7, 9 to 12. And again, after numbers preceding the slash or the range when the two colored dice are rolled, indicating when the runner will establish his good lead. Okay. That's the lead. See, so I just create this right here to label it. Again, the numbers preceding the slash are the range. The numbers after the slash are the range, indicating when the runner will automatically be out. Better base stealers have no automatic outs. You will see a hyphen instead of a number range. Oh. Okay. Like Lou Johnson. Okay. And this is when he's automatically out. Players who steal often have an asterisk, like Lou Johnson, in front of their good lead range. The asterisk indicates that if the defensive manager does not elect to hold the runner, the runner automatically achieves his good lead. Okay? Do I really want to do this? Rhodes Scholar, you out there? Do I really want to do this? God almighty. Okay, that's automatic good lead. You see, that's what I'm doing here. The asterisk. If not held, if no holds. God. Oh. Do I really want to freaking do this? Give it a try. Okay, thanks for the encouragement. If a runner does not have an asterisk, or if he has an asterisk but is held on base, he must roll the 2 colored dice to determine whether he achieves his good lead. Do I do that on every time there's a base runner on first? I seldom, if ever, steal second. Most pitchers and some batters have no number rating for stealing. If these players attempt to steal, they begin with a success chance of 0. After all adjustments for hold, etc., their minimum success is 1. Some pitchers have supplementary stealing ratings. These pitchers will be listed separately on the roster sheet. Oh, fun. This is only if you're attempting to steal. If you're not stealing, you bypass all of this. But I can't see what kind. Can I decide maybe I'm going to steal and see what kind of hold there is? What kind of I can look at the throwing arm and the pitcher's hold. Can I do that? I hope I don't give up. If a runner does not have an asterisk, or if he has, okay. If a runner does not have an asterisk, or if he has an asterisk but is held, he must roll the 2 colored dice to determine whether he achieves his good lead. Okay. The asterisk means automatically a good lead if not held. Okay. I'm trying. Some pitchers, okay, now the 2 numbers in parentheses indicate the runner's stealing success rating on a 20 die. What does 13-2 mean? And 19-13. The first when he has a good lead, the second when he does not. Okay. So he's 19 with a good lead, 13 without a good lead, 13 with a good lead, 2 without a good lead. I sure hope they give an example here. Again, this is the first when he has a good lead, second when he does not. God, this is... And this is my chart now. Look at that. Oh, God, that is really unbelievable. If the runner attempts to achieve his good lead and succeeds, he must attempt to steal immediately. So you will want to calculate his success chance first. Here's a typical sequence for determining whether to steal and how to do it. Okay. Stealing second base. Combine. Hold on. There we go. It's for you all. It's not a good picture here on my end, but I'm going to go ahead. Stealing second base. Combine the catcher's arm, which will range from -5 to +5, and the pitcher's hold rating, which will range from -6 to +9. This sum may not exceed the range of -5 to +5. So let's just suppose well, let's go read it on here. We're going to try with Bergmeyer and Johnson on first. Combine the catcher's arm. In the case of, okay. I got to see the catcher's arm. Let me go get a Kansas City catcher. I'm going to go with Buck Martinez. I'm going with Buck Martinez. His arm is a +1. This thing faded out. You got to bear with me, folks. I'm slow sometimes. Okay. Well, let me lift this a little. I'm so sorry for all of you to have to deal with this like this, but combine the catcher's arm and the pitcher's hold rating. Example, catcher's arm -1, pitcher's hold -5. Instead of a combined -6, it's -5. Well, we figured that out. Now, in this case, it's Bergmeyer has a hold of 0 and Martinez is a +1. So that's going to be +1. Adjust the runner's success ratings accordingly. Instead of 19 to 14 above, where the hell did that come from? Are they going with their example? Yeah, that's the example down here. Okay. Instead of 1914, this runner is now 14-9 for a -5 catcher pitcher adjustment. It's -5, so yeah, that's 14, and that is a 14 -5 is a that's a 14 -5 is a 9, yeah. The defensive manager decides whether to hold the runner on base If so, there are no further adjustments. -2 from the first steal success rating, -4 from the second. Oh, there is a further adjustment, yeah. So again, what we're doing here, folks, so it's really these three steps, and then there's a fourth step. Okay. I think I'm getting it, Rhodes Scholar. Let's see now. Note that the effect of holding the runner is applied after calculating the catcher-pitcher adjustment, so the total effect can exceed -5. Okay. So this is to, here we combine, and here we decide whether to hold. And then this is whether to attempt a steal. So we're going to get to see in a moment, but in this case, combine the catcher's arm and the pitcher's holds. That makes sense. Sure. And I understand how this was done. On the example they have, catcher's arm is -1, pitcher's hold -5, so it's a -5. It can't exceed -5. It may not exceed -5 to +5. So this is whether, this is just to check out the arm and the hold. If there's a hold. We don't know there's going to be a hold. So we have the -1 arm and the -5, and we go 19-14, switch to 14-9 for a -5 catcher-pitcher adjustment. Okay. Let me just make sure I have this on my card to see. Combine the catcher's arm, +1, that's Buck Martinez, who you can't see, and the hold rating of Bergmeyer, which is 0, so it's going to be +1 in that situation. That's a good ratio without even starting with Lou Johnson. Now the defensive manager decides whether to hold the runner on. If so, and I think I could figure out whether to hold, but how about in solitaire? If so, the further adjustment on the hold would be -2 from the first steal success rating and -4 from the second steal success rating. Oh, okay, so you're going to 14 is the first, and in this case, it's -2 if being held. That's a 12. And here on the 9, it's -4. Which would be a 5. It's -9, which would be a 5. And that's right, 12-5. Okay. It's a -2 if being held. If not being held, if being held, it's -2 from the first steal success rating and -4 from the second. I forgot what these were. They're the range. I'm sorry, it's on the 20 die. But okay. Oh, God. I guess that's good lead, bad lead, those two numbers. Good lead, bad lead. So again, what we're doing here, folks, is we're combining, just to recap A and B, the catcher's and pitcher's arm. In this case, it's a -5. And adjust the steal rating accordingly. pitcher's hold rating. And then it's the same, by the way. Good lead, not good lead. Okay. For B, you decide whether to hold. If holding, -2, -4. So you do yet another. Okay. The effect of holding the runner is applied after calculating the catcher-pitcher adjustment. I know that much. So the total can exceed -5. Okay, that's an exception where it can be. Now we're going to decide on C. I'm too far into this, Rhodes Scholar, to back out now. The offensive manager decides whether to attempt a steal. If so, then first check to determine if the runner achieves his good lead. Oh, God almighty. If the runner has an asterisk rating and the runner is not being held on base, then the runner automatically has his good lead. Okay. How long it take you to get this? If the runner does not have an asterisk, or he has an asterisk and is being held, then roll the 2 colored dice and check the runner's number range. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, Christ. If you have an asteroid, then he has his good lead. That's a good lead. Okay. If he does not have an asterisk, or he has an asterisk and is being held, because you decided here whether to hold, then he has a good lead. Then roll the 2 color and check his runner's number ranges. If the roll falls within the range of the first set of numbers, the runner achieves his good lead. If the roll falls within the range of the second set of numbers, the runner is automatically out stealing. If the roll does not fall within either range, the runner has failed. I don't follow that at all. I don't follow that shit at all. That's, which running rating are we talking about? If the runner has an asterisk rating and the runner is not being held, then the runner automatically has his good lead. If the runner does not have an asterisk, or he has an asterisk and is being held, then roll the 2 colored dice and check the runner's number ranges. What is this? What is that frickin' number ranges? I have no idea. Roll falls within the range of the first set of numbers. The runner achieves his good lead. If the roll falls within the range of the second, the runner is automatically out stealing. If the roll does not fall within either, the runner has failed to achieve his good lead. Boy, that is tough. That is tough. And they don't give an example. They don't give an example. Well, I'm using Lou Johnson. I could also use Lou Johnson. God, I'm lost. I'm lost here because I don't even know what runner's number ranges refers to. No idea. Again, we combine the catcher's arm and pitcher's hold next to stealing. That's right here. Can you see it? It's 4,6 slash dash parentheses 19-13. 4,6 slash dash parentheses 1913. His numbers follow his stealing rating. Okay. Here are the numbers. Can you read it? Then we move on to D, but before we do that, and E. My God. Okay, he must roll a 4 or a 6 to achieve a good lead. And that's on the two dice. 2 through 12. He must roll a 4 or a 6 to achieve his good lead. If the runner has an asterisk rating and the runner is not being automatically has his good lead. If the runner does not have an asterisk, or he has an asterisk and is being held, because we've decided that in B whether he's being held, then roll the 2 colored dice and check the runner's number ranges. If oh Christ. If the roll falls within the range of the first set of numbers, that's just a 4, the first set. The runner achieves his good lead. If the roll falls within the range of the second set, the runner is automatically out stealing. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm so confused. I'm going to look at this video.
Strat-O-Matic.
I don't think he'd mind if I reviewed this online. He has ads. Lower, slower board gamer. I'm going to take the chance and see what we have here. I'm already burnt out from this first try here. Road Scholar.
For Strat-O-Matic baseball, we've covered a lot so far this evening. And now we are going to get into base stealing. That's right. There are 2 different sets of rules for advanced. Mirrors closely the basic stealing. The supplemental stealing for super advanced does kind of whack out. So we're going to get through advanced quickly.
Let's go through.
Page 9, Rule 22.0.
Let's go past the super advanced.
I'll put it right there. Note. Holding. That comes up later. Well, it's a -5, your Yachty on 3. And if the second roll is within the T or the same, a D or an E from his running rating, for advanced.
Here we go. I hope Road Scholar, Oh, Lord. Okay, Rhodes Scholar. I must roll a hard 4 or 6. And that's on the 2 dice. Okay, well, let me watch this tutorial and see if this helps. Okay, Rhodes Scholar?
You're gonna be able to hear that on my video. Turn it down, please. Alrighty, back at it. Rule 23.0, super advanced stealing. I have made myself little cheat cards
Yeah.
that cover rules 23.1 all the way through rule 23.5
Okay.
on page 10.
Okay, great.
We're going to skip that. And we are going to use my little cheat cards because it's going to make it easier for me to explain this to you and hopefully get the hang of it a little bit better. Everything is there.
Okay.
So when you are stealing, you're not going to use the letter grades. You're going to use these numbers right here to the right of the letter stealing grades used in advanced and basic. To steal the bait, well, let's first go through what these numbers mean. If there is an asterisk, that means that the player can get an automatic good lead. You always need to see if he can get a lead before stealing in super advanced. If there's no asterisk there, it's not an automatic good lead. You need to roll to see if he gets a good lead.
Okay. So that makes sense. See if he gets a good lead, yeah.
If the base runner is being held, even if there's an asterisk, you have to roll to see if he gets a good lead. The following numbers tell you whether or not he gets a good lead. Otis Nixon, you roll 2d6s in order to determine this. Otis Nixon gets a good lead on 2 through 7 and 11. Everything in front of the slash. David Justice on a 3 through 7. So let's say that we rolled a 2. Well, let's do this. Let's just explain what everything is. Everything behind the slash is an automatic out when rolling for the lead. Nixon has no automatic outs. David Justice is automatically out if he rolls a 9 or an 11. The numbers in parentheses are his unadjusted safe steal rating if he's not held and if he is held. Justice, if he's not held, his unadjusted steal rating safe is 1 track 2. A triple lead, you need to roll to see if he gets a good. So when you were on page 10,
I'm going to start.
we're going to skip that.
I'm going to start this over. Have you ever?
We're going to use my little cheat cards because it's going to make it easier for me to explain this to you and hopefully get the hang of it a little bit better. Everything is there. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to help me, but I'm going to take a hit. Oh. Oh, oh. God almighty. This is way too complex. Don't you all think? This is way too freaking complicated. Anybody? Ah, God. Let's check it again.
Okay. So when you were stealing, you're not going to use the letter grades. You're going to use these numbers right here to the right of the letter stealing grades used in advanced and basic. To steal the bait, well, let's first go through what these numbers mean. If there is an asterisk, that means that the player can get an automatic good lead. Yeah.
Ron, do you do super advanced stealing? Asterisk means automatic good lead. Okay.
An automatic good lead. You always need to see if you can get a lead before stealing in super advanced.
Okay. Do you, Ron, do you do super advanced stealing? You know, this is the deepest I've dove into this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do this today. You don't, you don't know baseball. I don't think there's a lot to know about baseball. We know about arms and holding runners and getting a lead. I'm going to tell you something. Don't be upset with me. Don't be upset with me, Rhodes Scholar. I'm going to call this a day. And I'm going to just finish up the Kansas City ball game. I hope you understood. But I'll tell you what, Scholar, appreciate all your help. Not only that, I'm going to watch that. I also appreciate that video that you sent me, and I will be looking at that. But I have to know when my mind is bent. Okay, my mind is way too bent for that. And you want to talk about mess? Look at this mess. But it's an orderly mess. You know what? You don't need to know a lot about baseball, Ron. You just need to figure out this wacky system. I will stick with that video, Rhodes Scholar, on my free time. And I'll have to go through it slowly. As promised, it's Kansas City at California, and this has been an interesting game. But we will, someday we will do it. I mean, it can't be that bad, but it seems bizarrely complex. I bet you there's an easier way for the Strat-O-Matic instructions to explain it. You know that? Oh, where the hell? Where's the rest of Kansas City? Here it is. We tried, people. Okay, Ellie Rodriguez. Before him is Adair and Oliver. Okay. And it's going to be Ellie up next. But you got to hand it to us. I like the supportive environment, folks, of Strat-O-Matic. I mean, eventually you may get some guy on here saying, oh, what are you, stupid? Can't you understand this? And, you know, that's not the way we work here. We don't work that way. But I tried, and I think I got a nice introduction to it. I will stick with that video, absolutely. Let's get this game back going here. Let's review it. We've gone 7, and it is an 8-6 game. It's been quite a game. 1-1, and then California got 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th, including a 3-run home run by Fregosi. So it was 5-1, and then Kansas City got 3 runs in the 6th, and 2 runs in the 7th, including the 2-run home run by Kirkpatrick. And so it was 6-5 Kansas City, only to have California get 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. It was unbelievable. Cowan came in to pinch hit for Keeley. and hit a home run. And it was now a 6-6 ball game, only to have Alomar single, Spencer reach on a force, and Fregosi to hit his second home run of the day, a 3-run home run. And he has 5 runs batted in, 2 home runs, his 11th and 12th of the year. And it is an 8-6 ball game. The really bizarre thing was Tatum gave up the lead. Actually, he gave up the game-winning home, the leading run here in the 7th, only to, on the 2-run home run by Kirkpatrick, only to have a pinch hitter come in for him and tie up the ball game. And then the 2-run home run puts them ahead by 2. So it's so bizarre that Keeley would be the winner of record, and now Tatum in for the save, the ace. And it's been an unbelievable comeback. And Ellie Rodriguez will lead it off, you know. Let's get back in the mood for this ball game. Oh yeah, Studio B. Studio B. Tatum now trying to save it. It's 8-6 Angels. And we want to thank Rhodes Scholar for his encouragement to learn the super advanced stealing. It's just, it's going to take more than one lesson. It's going to take more than one session. It's going to, but I'm sure it's going to be one of those things that's going to gnaw at me until I finally crack it. Okay, Tatum is ready. Top of the 8th, it's Ellie Rodriguez, Hernandez, and then a hitter for Steve Jones. We're rocking in the free world. Indeed we are. Oh yeah. Bizarre stuff. Now, in 2 minutes on ESPN, I believe we'll be in Real World. 2 minutes in ESPN. Let me check. ESPN. It's going to be the Dodgers at San Diego, but not in San Diego. And I hope I get this. I think so. I think it's right here. There's something all fun about, this is just a quick view on the big screen. We got that. There's something fun about the first spring training game. I remember as a kid being in the winter, I guess February, still cold, living in New York, seeing a spring training game in Florida, located in Florida, and thinking, wow, because it's still winter here. So Tatum is ready, and we will, Lord, we will have fun with that. That's going to be like a Mount Everest for me. The super advanced fielding, I remember that seemed a little daunting until I finally, it's so easy now. The only thing with the super advanced fielding is my head has to be, and this is most of the time it is, my head has to be, somehow it's like it's hardwired for it, or it's not hardwired, but it sort of the synapses are in place and I can go through it very easily. Sometimes they get disconnected. I have to slow down and reconnect. Okay, Ellie Rodriguez leading it off. In a back-to-back seesaw game, Angels lead it 8-6, top of the 8th. Rodriguez at the plate. Tatum winds and the pitch. And that's going to be 5-7 right-handed, fly ball center. For John Stone, 1 down. And here's Jackie Hernandez. Jackie 0 for 2 had a sacrifice fly. Every run is important. Boy, look at that field. Isn't that beautiful? How's the weather up north, gentlemen? How's the weather up north? Because that must be a pretty sight to see when you look at some of that. Look at that. You know, that's a pretty sight in winter. Great thing about Strat-O-Matic is there is no off season unless you want it. Tatum facing Hernandez. The windup and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2 right-handed. Lines it to second, caught by Lamar. 2 down. And they will have a hitter for Jones. Jones did not come in with the intention. His ERA's over 5. I guess you can't complain too much with this ball club. But there'll be a hitter for Jones and there'll be a pitcher to pitch the bottom of the 8th. And we're going to see who it's going to be. Against the right-hander, Tatum. Already pretty much have made up my mind that it will be Piniella with 2 outs. He had 68 frickin' runs batted in as a rookie this year. I just think that that's for a shitty team. I think that's pretty special. We want to see, before we commit ourselves, we want to see who's going to come in, and I'm going to take a look at what Rhodes Scholar has provided me so amply for this Kansas City Ball Club. I know we have pitchers, and we don't just bring anybody in, but it is September. They are down by 2. Let me see if there's anybody here. And I don't need anybody. I don't freaking need anybody, Rhodes Scholar. Don't worry about it. Here's Fran Healy. I'll tell you, I think the ugliest uniform for sure. Spring is near. Yeah, I think that Padres uniform is just repulsive. I understand they have some sort of military motif, or they had at one point. It looked like they had camouflage. Because I guess because of the military base or bases over there. But yeah, spring has arrived. He's exactly right. Let me see who I'll bring in. It doesn't really matter at this point. We brought in Bergmeyer, Wickersham. Sure don't want to bring Grabowski in again, but he insists he's fine. He pitched a little in the last game. We're going to bring frickin' Moorhead in. Sure. Right-hander, Moorhead. And look at that ERA. We're going to frickin' do it because His ass is sitting there. So Moorhead is warming, and he will come in actually, because Piniella is coming up to bat. I have seldom, if ever, used Moorhead this year, and I guess it's a fairly good thing. He had only 33 innings, but that's not like 12. Here comes the rookie Lou Piniella, pinch hitting 2 outs in the 8th. Boy, that is tough. I know once you get the handle on the whole lead situation, it probably falls right into place. Okay, Tatum is ready. The pitch to Piniella. 3-8 right-handed, fly ball center for John Stone. And it's a 1-2-3. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th, 8-6 Cards. We have Real World Spring Training on ESPN. Muted on the big screen here in Studio B. And Dave Moorhead comes out. Moorhead is still with us. He's 81. He broke in 63. And was pretty good in that first year. He only played 8 years. Holy cow, this was the end of his career. And Moorhead is ready. Here's Reichart now. It's 8-6 Angels. Bottom of the 8th, Angels at bat. Moorhead, the windup. That's 5-5 right-handed. Boy, that's hit deep. He has the power, and it's gone off Moorhead. How do you like that? Well, you know, you know, that's a home run by Reichart. He has the power. And now it's a 9-6 ball game. And remember, these Royals are an expansion team. Boy, look at this new cap by the Dodgers. Holy shit. That's pretty cool looking. Shit. Anybody see it? It's a big D. Big D, yeah. Moorhead, the home run to Reichart. And here's Bill Voss. 9-6 Angels. This is going to be the first pitch of spring training. And we're showing it in fair use. It's Joe Musgrove for San Diego on the mound, taking his warm-ups. He really is. I'm going to call this first pitch. They say no accounts are acceptable. But we're going to do this one at bat. Sometimes you got to break the rules. You know, just a tad. Just a freaking tad. As Bill Voss steps in, left-handed hitter, Moorhead. Let's get that rolled. There it is, 110 right-handed, pops it up to second for Adair, one away. Musgrove on the mound for San Diego in Real World. for the first major league game ever in spring training. This is a free game of the day. This Dodger game is a free game of the day. You could watch it free right now on MLB. I think you have to log in. Yeah, you got to log in. I'm not even logged in. Okay, here's the first pitch. To Betts, leading it off. It's high and inside for a ball. And this season is underway. Okay, Moorhead facing Aurelio Rodriguez. The pitch from Moorhead. That's going to be 1-5 right-handed, grounds it to second. Again, it's Adair over to first, two-away, and now Buck Rogers is the batter. And if you're looking ahead, what did I do with Buck? I threw him in the trash. And I'm talking about my screenshot. I'm talking about my screenshot, not the email. Rogers steps in, switch hitter. That's at the plate. 2-2 count outside. Full count now on Betts in the first at bat of the season, with Musgrove starting for San Diego. From the stretch with no one on. Okay. And that's outside, he walked him. So Betts takes first. He has no windup. He works from the stretch, Musgrove, with no runners on. Okay, Moorhead facing Buck Rogers. Rogers, switch hitter, will bat left against the right-hander, Moorhead. Moorhead winds, and the pitch. That'll be a 4-9 left-handed, and he struck him out. So the side is retired. He lets up the leadoff home run, though, to Reichart. And we're heading to the top of the ninth. Tatum for the save. Royals down by 3. And there's going to be a hitter for Joe Keough because we let him go a bit, but, you know, he started this game. But when we get into stuff like this, he's a 187 hitter. So we start him and play him, but eventually we may hit for him. Let's see who's going to hit. They don't have much better, I'll tell you that. I'm going to go with, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Christ. It's the right-hander. Lord. We're going to go with Fran Healy. Fran Healy, a right-handed hitter, will hit for Keough. Bear with me. Okay, here's Tatum now. The pitch to Healy. That's 4-7, right-handed. And he walked him. Healy is a 1-12. We'll let him stay on first. Every little bit counts. And it'll be Mike Fiore, if by chance they're lucky enough to tie or go ahead. coming in for tee off at center. You have to be prepared. Shit, we already used Kelly. It'll be Scott Northey. There he is. Scott Northey would come in. And here's Fiore now. Tatum from the stretch. In real world, the Dodgers have first and second with nobody out. And Outman at the plate. Musgrove now from the stretch. It's a 1-1 count. And that's hit, that's fouled and right in the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On Outman. Whoops. Oh, so sorry. I lost everything there. Please bear with me. There we go. Yamamoto, Rhodes Scholar, is he with San Diego? I think I may have heard that he went there. 2-2 count now on Outman. First and second, nobody out, and that's a ball. Full count in real world. I think it's in Arizona? Where's this frickin' game? I looked and I couldn't even see. Okay, Fiore, left-handed hitter. 1 for 3, walked and scored twice today. Tatum, trying to finish this up. The pitch to Fiore. That's 4-7, left-handed, and oh, it's going to be a base hit for Fiore. Healy goes to second and holds. So Kansas City has something going off the ace, Tatum. Look at that again, 4-7, left-handed. Single 1 to 7-4 on the 20 die. And Musgrove has loaded the bases. It is spring training. You just want to get a chance to get out there. He's certainly getting a chance to throw a lot of pitches here in the first. I'm talking real world now. Here comes Hernandez. Bases full, no outs. And that's fouled back, right back to the screen. 0-1 on Hernandez. That's live. I could go look where the hell that's coming from. That is, I guess it's the Arizona Florida League, if you will. Someone was hit by a pitch. A hit by pitch, a single, and a walk to Betts. Bases full. They don't even tell you where this game is. Isn't that something? Even if you go on MLB. Isn't that something? Where the friggin' stadium is. Couple more free games tomorrow. Count is 1-2. He fouls it back. Okay, here's Kirkpatrick, who hit the big 2-run home run to take the lead, or to tie it. Actually, to take the lead. It's been that kind of game, folks. Kirkpatrick steps in first on second, nobody out. Tatum. The pitch to Kirkpatrick. And that is a 4-4 left-handed catcher X. Might move the runners. That's going to be for Buck Rogers, a 2-6. He's pretty good. 2-6, 3-2. WG, it could be wild. E6, can he get the ball? 5-7-9. E6. I think he will. It's going to be a clean WG first and second. It is a squib in front of the plate. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. It's a wild pitch. And everybody advances. And the count goes full to Kirkpatrick. A wild pitch by Buck Rogers. Actually, was it a wild pitch? I'll show you this. This is a 5-9. It is a wild pitch. By Tatum, their supposed ace. Second and third, nobody out. Kirkpatrick. You want to see that? Anybody? It was a 5-4 WG, and it's with runners on base. The pitcher uncorks a wild one. Everybody advances one, play resumes with the same batter. We're going to call it a full count on Kirkpatrick, who's 2 for 4 today with a home run. Tatum. The pitch to Kirkpatrick. That's 3-7 right-handed. And it's a liner to second, caught by Alomar. One down. It was pretty hard, hit pretty hard there. It's 2-0 now, LA. I don't know what happened. Looks like a base hit or something. Doesn't mean anything. But it's nice to see the players out there playing. Here's Joe Foy. Foy 1 for 2, tripled and scored. 2 walks, stole a base, knocked in a run with that triple. A base hit can tie up this ball game. Tatum now. Pitch to Foy. That'll be 2-4 right-handed. Grounds it to third, no force. Infield was back. It's 2 outs, runners hold. And it's all up to Bob Oliver, a good hitter for this Royals ball club. Adequate hitter. He's got power. So Oliver steps in. It's 2 outs. Tatum and the Angels 1 out away. And here's the pitch from Tatum. That's 3-4 right-handed. He grounds it to third. And Aurelio Rodriguez throws it over to Spencer, and the side is retired. So that's the ball game. Interesting ball game. Final score, California 9 and Kansas City 6. I will be back in about a minute with the brief recap of today's ball game. Well, there you have it, folks. Jeffrey Guterman here in Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The final score was California 9, Kansas City 6. In fact, I forgot to do the close-ups here. Give me a moment. 5, 6, 7. Tatum did pitch 2. He got the save. Keeley somehow got the win. The loss goes to Bergmeyer, who led up the go-ahead run. Final line, California 9, Kansas City 6. I had started this game this morning, and then I discontinued it in the middle of the AT&T outage. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. I wasn't hearing from anybody on anything. I came back after 7. We came in 7. It was 6, 8 to 6. Okay, after 7, 8 to 6. Well, that's the end of it, folks. I want to thank you all for being here, and thank you again to Road Scholar for the invitation to pick up on super advanced stealing. It was sort of it became a blur to me. I know some of it has to do with my frame of mind, but I'm determined someday I will conquer that mountain. Take care, everybody.